And we are now live. Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Couch podcast. I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, aka Mr. Couch, aka Senior Beard, Coach Couch, Hussein, whatever you want to call me. And we have our co-host back, no longer solo. Mike's in the building. Came back from Europe / Popeyes.
Yes, merci beaucoup, everybody.
Merci beaucoup. La spicy Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Yeah, that was great. I've been trying to try the chicken sandwich, obviously, for a very long time. It's been well documented. But the mall that is by my work, they have them, I guess, and I was able to get both the spicy and the regular, and it was amazing, like you said.
And let's talk. I had a whole segment prepared, but it doesn't really work anymore because Myles Garrett what is it? He swung. He took off someone's helmet and then swung at him.
Attempted murder is what I call it.
Murder. This is you seen the movie Blood In, Blood Out?
No.
He takes off a guy's synthetic leg and beats him in prison, beats him with it. And I think Dave Matthews Band did a music video more comedic with that same scene. So this is similar to that where he takes dude's head off and hits it. Now I've done 4 minutes of internet sleuth work, and thanks to the Couch family, I've conjured some video footage. So this is what I just posted. It's very bad. It's a video what everybody saw. So right here I'm showing it to you guys. Myles Garrett takes off his helmet, says "ope," and then swings at him right at his head. Let's watch that one more time. So Myles Garrett takes off his helmet, rips off Mason Rudolph's helmet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds later, swings at Mason Rudolph's head. And then we have Mitch Please tweeting this. Says, since nobody is showing the entire play, here's what started it. Mason Rudolph instigated it by trying to pull off Myles Garrett's helmet off first. Not condoning what Garrett did at all, but to think Rudolph did nothing is flat out wrong. Okay, whatever. I don't care what this guy says. But this is great footage, though. So, for those of you that don't know, explain to the folks at home, Mike, who Myles Garrett is. Well,
Myles Garrett was a number 1 overall pick of the Browns about 2 years ago, I believe, 3 years ago.
And how does he look in stature?
I mean, he's huge. I think this is what happened. Myles Garrett, for one, is a smart, articulate guy. He's also been on edge. I think he was punched in the face by a fan earlier this season. By a fan. That's crazy. And obviously you can't retaliate against a fan. So I think that, maybe he had a lot of anger built up. But one thing I did notice from this, what happened tonight, was that he hit Rudolph very late, I would say. Like, he didn't need to body slam him. And then I think Rudolph took offense to that late body slam. And then he shouldn't have gone for his helmet, but he did. That's where he made a mistake. And then Garrett, who's much stronger, basically ripped his head off and then hit him with his own helmet. So,
actually, you're. I think Andrew has the correct answer we're looking for. Andrew says Myles Garrett was a former NFL player. So that's not what I was quite looking. I thought you were gonna say something cool. Myles Garrett is a beast. So this is like how much does your dog weigh, my Ziggy?
Probably, I don't know, 5 pounds.
Yeah, this is like when Ziggy bites me and then I retaliate. So Mason Rudolph looks like apparently I'm just according to memes. Again, this is only 4 minutes of detective work. I don't remember how Andy looks like from Toy Story, but apparently Mason Rudolph looks like Andy from Toy Story. Myles Garrett is an absolute beast. You can't like he's stronger than you, he's faster than you, he's taller than you, he's bigger than you. And so he tries to pull off Myles Garrett's Mason Rudolph. This is how he instigates it, by trying to pull off Myles Garrett's helmet, because he's so weak he can't do it. So everyone right now is watching this. I got it on loop. So he tries to pull off the helmet. He goes, he can't pull it off. Then Myles Garrett turns into the Hulk. Let's see how easy it is for Myles Garrett to rip off this helmet.
He did it one-handed too. Mason tried to do it.
Oh my God! It just comes right off.
Yeah.
Surprised the head did, and then he swings it. Yeah.
I'm surprised the head didn't just come off.
We're talking about this is two different people right here. Myles Garrett versus Mason Rudolph. It's not like they would not be in the same weight class. And so
Myles Garrett is like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
on the Myles. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just kill it like
Bro, yeah, if
dog.
something like just 1 more millimeter to that way or that way, he would have accidentally killed his second victim. Yeah. They would have had to hop on the train, or or Baker Mayfield would have had to say recite your dream, please. Yeah, I think Roger Goodell is definitely going to tell Myles Garrett to tell him about his happy place and just suspend him for the rest of the year. So
you think the rest of the
this is
like 3 games.
Okay, so this is my tweet. It's getting all sorts of, I don't know what's going on. Not that. Okay, so I said over under Myles Garrett will get suspended 5.5 games. So everyone, let me know. No one has said under yet.
I was saying 3.
Oh, one person said 4.
Me. Okay, I was saying 3.
You're saying 3. Well, it's always the even numbers usually.
Is it?
More so like 4.
4 then.
More so 4 or 6. Yeah, 4 is a great guess.
4 is good. I'll go 4.
So what do you guys think in the live chat? How many games is he going to get suspended? I said over under 5.5.
But what are we comparing it to? Like, what is it? What is the, like, the bar that's similar that we can compare this to?
From the sports fans that I've talked to, really quick before hopping on this pot, like I said, 4 minutes. No one's seen anything like this.
This is like a whole. Yeah, I haven't. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Antonio Brown kicks some. Like, you see stuff happen, but no one's ever like. This is like I said, this is like blood in, blood out, where the dude takes off his leg and then beats him with his own leg.
Yeah, that's pretty what. Or like someone like ripping your hand off and then slapping you with your own hand.
Yeah. The hand doesn't weigh much though, so when you get hit by it, you're okay. So Chris says 8 games, which is actually that's actually more than the season, because they're not making they're not making playoffs because Myles Garrett's suspended. Albie says rest of the year. Is that a real suspension? No, you don't. When you hand down a suspension, you never say rest of the year, right? You have to give it a certain amount of games.
Yeah, I would think.
Or in like a Ray Rice, you'd be like indefinitely or exemptly.
Yeah. You have to give a timetable. You can't just be like, rest of the year.
Rest of the year, whatever. Oh, it's by the way, it's week 11, whatever it is.
No, you have to. I think it has to go by like other precedents before. Like, it has to be in line with something else that was similar. I don't know what, though. We'll find out.
Cooking with Curry is being very insensitive by making a musical jingle. Rudolph the Red-Nosed QB threw 4 INTs. Got hit in the head with his helmet by Garrett going ooh-ee? I don't know.
All right.
This was assault, says Chris.
That was assault. I agree with Chris. That could be definitely viewed as assault.
Should we make an NFL suspension meme? The meme where all the like Harambe and stuff go to Michael Jackson in heaven. Should we do one? Because Andrew's listing Antonio Brown, Vontae's perfect, Myles Garrett. We should make a meme with all like suspended players.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool. I think
AB is definitely at the forefront of. Well, he's not suspended, but he's like. He's not playing.
He's on timeout.
He's on a big timeout, and he's the best, like one of the best players in the entire league. I think he's the best wide receiver.
What do you think the odds are that he shows up for Cap's workout and is his wide receiver. That'd be the
If it's
craziest.
like, I just saw a meme about
ever.
that as well. If he's there, I mean, if it's like a thing that's like practical, like he can be there. I don't know if the NFL will say that's okay. I think he would show up.
I know he wants to show up. It's just, is the NFL gonna let him anywhere near?
I mean, he's probably doing the same kind of drills some other city. He works out every day, so it's like, might as well might as well catch the balls from Cap, make Cap look good.
I would love to see. I would pay to see that, honestly.
Well, can I film this or what? Can we make? I'd have to go to Atlanta Saturday though, huh?
Yeah, I mean soon for sure.
It's this Saturday.
Friday. You have to leave like tomorrow or tonight, and then just to prepare.
I would do it if I was guaranteed to get in.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
You just can't say no to certain stuff.
You can say your media, maybe they might give you a press pass.
No. I have to get like an okay before I do that. Okay. I'm not going like a stalker, like trying to squeeze. It's not. No, it's not that worth it.
Can you? Is press allowed to be there, like the media, or like is it only team? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be minimal media. Was my guess.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, so we're done talking about this helmet, and I got this playing on loop, by the way, like 8,000 times. Next, really quick, wanted to thank our sponsors for this video, Monkey Knife Fight. That's a great time to mention them.
I won last week, by the way, a lot from Monkey Knife Fight. I bet the under on Driscoll or who's the Bengals quarterback, whoever that is, under 225 passing yards, and then I bet Driscoll. I thought he was the Lions quarterback.
Yeah, he is the Lions quarterback. What did you say?
The Bengals quarterback.
Bengals quarterback Ryan
Lindley, whatever. So him, I bet under passing yards was 220, and then Lamar Jackson over like 240 or something, and then I hit. So I risked a lot on that one. Paid off though. It's that easy, everybody.
Okay. Yeah. So my whole thing was I was going to talk about how Thursday Night Football sucks, and then that guy ripped off his helmet. But just really quick, it's not. I don't think the players like it. You only get like 0 to 1 practice, and then you hop on a plane, play Thursday night. It's I always hated it, but when I hated it, I couldn't really say because now there's a lot of analysts, so it sucks for fantasy analysts. Now everyone's a fantasy analyst now. There's thousands of them, if not like 1 million fantasy football analysts. And it sucks for us because we have to change our complete schedules. And I think it's not that great for fantasy owners in general. Like, it's hard to predict what's going to happen Thursday nights. They're messy games. They're crazy games. Players are tired. There's not as much game planning. And then you got to set your rosters all of a sudden for one game. Like, I got to go through and see who's playing Thursday night. And then something like this happens.
Wouldn't you agree that the drop off from Monday Night Football to Thursday night this week was very dramatic? It was like the best game I've ever seen to the worst game I've ever seen in like a 3-day period. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, we got, it's so opposite. We got a couple teams right here I'm looking at that aren't making playoffs. And if, like, let's say the Steelers make playoffs or something, like, who cares? They're going to lose in the first round.
They're definitely not making it after what I just saw.
Oh yeah. So and here's a meme. Let's see. I have a meme prepared. This says for the audio listeners out there and Mike, Tomlin jumping on the flight to Atlanta to see Cap work out. And it's a man in his boxer briefs jumping on the wing of a plane that's taking off. It's like, because after we saw Mason Rudolph throw 4 picks and play like that, it's just god awful.
I'm sure the Steelers were like someone called the plane people or the airport, like, warm up the plane. We're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Like right after this is over. We're not staying.
Mike Tomlin's like, I gotta go, but people didn't quite know he's just hopping on the plane to Atlanta. Oh man, you know what's bad about the Steelers? I feel bad about. They can't even tank. They're 5 and
Can't even do it.
5. They have to try to they
They're
have to
still in
win.
it.
Like, oh man.
How
This,
about Connor, man? Connor getting hurt. Like he's just so
yeah.
injury
So
prone, man.
I'm basically I might be done in the couch league, and I don't know, it's just very frustrating to me. It was relieving to know that my season's coming to an end. It's not over yet, but I just feel like I made some really bold, really good moves in the couch league, and it just didn't pay off. And so that's that component of luck. Yeah, it's probably not going to win the whole thing. I never give up, but with a little bit of luck, I could have easily made it to the second round of the playoffs. And in this league, didn't get so lucky. When everyone makes fun of me, when YouTube's like, you're an idiot, you're a joke, and I still start David Montgomery, and this is all about David. All these jokes and comments were all about David Montgomery, and I still
Yeah.
start him, and he balls out, and I still lose. It's tough.
I thought you had it last week. I gave you like, are we gonna talk? We should talk about our trade. We should
Yeah,
definitely
you're the
talk
one that
about it.
looks bad. Now
I
I
know,
feel
but
bad
you know
because
what?
I want you to win, but now your team's worse. So
It
I'm
did
probably
get
not
worse,
making
for sure.
playoffs because what this is okay. So
Wait. Can I say
let
one
me
thing,
just
though?
finish. Okay, finish
All right,
this
you
and
go.
then
You go.
just so
Okay,
quick.
you go.
So I want to start David Montgomery. He's questionable. So I start Juju Smith-Schuster, and that's what this is. This is what I'm talking about. In another league, I have Juju in 2 leagues. In another league, I benched him for Emmanuel Sanders / Debo, which was a great move. But in this, I was like, look, I project David Montgomery to get 2 more fantasy points than Juju. So I was like, look, I got to start Juju because there's about a 40%, I'd say about a 38.4% chance David Montgomery doesn't play. I went all the way down to the decimal. And
Wow.
so I started Juju, and he gets hurt, and I'm like, well, this is I hate Thursday night football, and then dude rips his helmet off. Yeah, you can. So yeah, talk about our trade in that league.
Okay, so let me set the context first. So my team is good. I was 7-2 before last week. But the whole year my running backs were bad. Like all I had was Zeke, and then my second best running back was Damian Williams, right? So sketchy the whole year riding with Damian Williams as your second best running back. So the whole year I'm thinking, man, if I could only get a good RB1, like my team would be balanced. Fast forward to last week. I just get back from Europe. I'm very jet lagged, not thinking clearly. I look at my phone. I see a trade request from Hussein. It says David Johnson for Amari Cooper. And I consider it because I also have DJ Moore. I have Tyler Boyd. So, I have backup wide receivers, and I'm looking for RB1. There it is. It's presented to me. But I wasn't thinking clear. I wasn't looking ahead that much. I was just like, yeah, RB1. So I was like, I just did it. Like I wasn't thinking really. And that could cost me the season. Like that move alone after what I saw that last week against the Buccaneers, like that could seriously damage my team. My only hope is
What'd you
that
say, the Buccaneers? What are you talking about?
because they played the Buccaneers, the Cardinals did last week.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh yeah. That was a
Yeah,
Cardinals.
so they have a really good run defense, and he had a 0, but luckily I still won, so I didn't somehow miraculously because of Lockett choking. I was playing against Lockett. All he needed was 9 points to beat me. He got 6, so I miraculously still won with DJ getting a donut in my starting lineup. That's fine. So that was good. At least that didn't cost me a game because that easily could have cost me a game.
I don't think
But
the trade was that lopsided when I offered it to you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to set the context. So before that game, it wasn't lopsided because we didn't know he was obviously going to be horrible that week. He was healthy. You know what I mean?
No. Supposedly, man is not
Yeah.
healthy.
Well, I know that, but I wasn't following David Johnson the whole year. You have been.
No, I
You
didn't
know what
know
I mean?
either. No,
Oh,
we
you
didn't
didn't know
know. No,
either?
we know now he's not healthy after that game. Okay, so there's a couple plays. He gets the ball and he looks like he has cement blocks glued to his legs, and he
Yeah.
can't even run. So
Yeah.
that's why we now know he's not healthy. But Cooper was the one who was questionable, and David Johnson had no injury designation.
Well, I mean, but now it looks like possibly the worst trade of all time. Like like looking at it now on paper. But there are some silver linings, which I will outline here. So you could have beaten Scout with it. Like if you had beaten Scout, who's number one in our league, that would have been good for me, obviously, because he's number one, I'm number two. So that would have, kept him around where I'm at. But he won. But the good thing is you're playing Alvin, who's in the top, right? He's third or fourth. So if you beat him this week, which you could, that would keep him further away from me getting the first round bye. And then if you beat RJ next week, which you could, he's also in the top with us. So I could definitely I have a better chance of getting the first round bye if you beat these two guys.
Yeah.
And the only way you could do that is with Cooper.
And David, it's not over for David Johnson. What he needs is a little bit of rest in the bye week. So you just, don't expect him to get you any points the next 2 weeks. So right. He's on your bench.
But I can afford it though because I'm 8-2. So look, it's like okay for me in my situation. Yeah, but no one else.
You got
no
a
one
chance.
Else would that be good?
You got a chance that the trade looks bad now, obviously, but it's not like completely over for. It's not necessarily bad for the entire year if David Johnson gets healthy after the bye week, and Cooper's always banged up a little bit, so that's a little bit of worry there. And that's why that trade seemed pretty even. Like RB1 is very hard to come by, so they're so rare. Right. And Cooper was like borderline elite, and he's questionable. He was like, I would say 80% chance to even play.
He's been questionable every week though. That's what scared me. I was like, okay, like he's he could get hurt any week now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's why I was scared to make it. And now we know that Cooper's always playing, and he is elite. He's not borderline elite. He is like top 5. He's he's so good this year. He's better than Devontae Adams. I think he's better than Julio this year.
My mistake was I should have got someone better than David Johnson. Like if I am gonna trade Cooper, I need to get someone better than David Johnson. That was my mistake.
Well, no one's that's the thing with trades that we always.
But I didn't try to trade it. Like I didn't try to get someone, so I just accepted what came to me instead of being proactive myself. The person who wins trades are usually the people who are proactive. That's what I've learned.
To analyze the situation, like
because I was reactive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, well,
lesson learned, everybody.
If I win, though, if I win out, I can still make playoffs, and so that's what I mean.
And if you do win out, I'm definitely getting the first round bye for sure.
For sure.
That's how I got to look at it.
But after this game, Juju doing this to me just kill me. I just yeah, man. It just.
But he had Connor though. At least you're playing a team that has Connor, so it kind of.
Oh, I am.
Yes,
I haven't even
Alvin
looked
at
Connor.
It.
Whoa, hey! That's all. I'm facing one opponent, so that opponent.
You didn't know that?
That opponent, he pooped the pump. He pooped the bunk bed.
Yeah, you gotta get.
Like Connor did worse than Juju.
That's what I'm saying.
It's better than a wash.
Yeah, it's better than a wash. So, yeah, you got to look at the bright side.
Wow.
Yeah, still in it.
James Conner, my bust of the year. Paid off, baby. I have James Conner in 0 leagues.
Me too. I'm playing James Conner too. I'm so happy. I love it. And it's a must-win game for me this week. I have to beat this guy.
Oh, my God. I'm favored to beat Alvin by 10.
His team looks like poop right now. Like you should.
He only has Josh Jacobs and Joey Sly. That's it.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's all he has.
That's all he has. Unless Tyrell Williams goes off.
Tyrell Williams is good, but he's like I'm not like shaking in my boot. That's like his third best player.
You have Godwin and Cooper. Like those two players alone are better than like half his team.
Yeah. So, oh yeah.
And Brady. Oh. Yeah,
with Stafford on the bench, but he's not gonna play. It's fine. Brady's good against the Eagles. I like that.
It's a great matchup.
Coming off a bye, probably pissed off.
And he might get N'Keal Harry for the red zone, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, I like Sanu Edelman. Yeah, they're a little bit healthy. James White is a baller.
Yup. You should win this, in my eyes.
Was Vontaze Burfict or Myles Garrett the worst dirty play? Well, I think it's pretty obvious that Myles Garrett was worse. The play.
Oh yeah,
as
yeah,
far
yeah.
as a dirty player.
Well, this is the worst play ever.
I
Like this
mean,
might be
in
the
our
worst on-field
generation, this is
play of all
Vontaze
time.
Burfict. I mean, I can't think of because Sue is smartened up. So Vontaze Burfict's the dirtiest player in our generation because I didn't live to see all those other guys. The rules were different.
Right.
Or the Night Train Lane or whenever those days when they were like, what's the move when where they stick their arm out and then the guy like spins around?
I have no idea.
Clothesline.
Oh,
The
it's all.
clothesline move was legal back in the
Yeah.
boomer generation.
What about when they had leather helmets?
That's Mason Rudolph. Dude. Mason Rudolph, they take off his face mask when he had that concussion. Do you remember that? And he looks all
Oh yeah, and then the cart didn't work,
not...
and so they had to make him walk.
Oh shoot, the cart didn't work.
If he has CTE after he retires, we'll know why. It's because of this season. It was definitely this season that caused it.
Dude, they had to unscrew his face mask, and now Myles Garrett just rips off his helmet. And then the former teammate AB protests because he doesn't like his helmet. What is going on? This has been a weird year.
Very weird.
Speaking of weird, breaking news: the NFL has agreed to have a workout. Gave Kaepernick 2 hours to say yes or no. You're gonna work out. Should we ignore all the weird stuff? Because I feel like I would like to ignore all the situation going on, like what the NFL's doing this or why.
Like, yeah, let's not read into
because
like,
I just want to
why.
see what happens next. That's why. Because
Okay.
I'm a results guy, right?
Yeah.
Because
is there an agenda though? Do you think there's an agenda from the NFL?
there's always agendas. You know, just
but is this a PR stunt? Is what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
genuine?
Let's wait on the result.
Okay.
If there's no result, then
like if he
I'd
doesn't
say,
get
look,
signed.
you can say a lot of things, and I can't argue. Like, you can't. I mean, you can argue against it. I mean, maybe you're valid. You got some valid points at least. But if this dude gets signed, I mean, then what? Who cares, right? It is what it doesn't matter what happens or this and that or who's holding you back or who's doing this or this entity or that system. You make it. I mean, that's a result. You made it. You know what I mean? So I'm all about results. And if 11 teams show up and no one signs him and he looks good, because this is supposed to be some easy piece of cake. I mean, if he can't do what that's what I'm hearing. I don't know. I'm just hearing, it's supposed to be easy workout, just throwing ball it's like a pro day, right? Is that what you're picturing?
They could have gave him a little more time to prepare, though, if they were really wanting him to look good.
Who cares? This is what happens. This is what happens, bro. This is what happens. Did I get time? I'm not like, I'm just saying, I don't get, if I had to go out there, I'd go out there and film it. Like, this is what happens. It's weird. I'm not saying it's not weird.
Setting him up for failure because
he's ready to go, bro. It's not fair. It's not fair, and it is weird. Like, that's facts. But he can do this. Like, he can go and make throws. And he never couldn't. What was his knock was going through progressions, making reads, like hitting. If he goes out there and hits dartboards, I mean, he can kill it every day. He's got a great arm. He's got the best spiral. Like, we know he can hit people.
3 years out the game, though. That's a long layoff.
Okay, yeah. To do this workout should be easy, though. Not saying that if he replaces Mason Rudolph or something next week, just naming a random quarterback, guys. Come on, not just the first quarterback came to my mind. Then yeah, that's a big deal. But this workout should, like I said, I feel like it should be easy. I'm picturing a pro day. Is this like a pro day, right? Is that what you're picturing?
Yeah, of course. What else?
The pro day should be easy for a guy like Cap, who's been to a Super Bowl.
Correct.
Yeah, it should be easy.
It's gonna be a script. Like, this is how it works. There's gonna be a script of throws that the NFL teams are gonna want to see him make. Like on the run, deep balls, intermediate routes. They're probably gonna, make him do a physical, do some, I don't know, do some interviews. Like, it's gonna be pretty comprehensive, I feel like.
That's cool. So Andrew's saying, Darius is saying they're giving my boy Cap a senior day.
Yeah.
And he's crying. I don't get he's crying and giving a thumbs down, but I mean, I don't. I mean,
I don't know.
is
I don't know
that
Ramsey.
bad? Why is this bad? I mean, other than like
I
it's
don't know.
weird and unfair, I get those points, but I don't care about that. I think he's gonna do well. I think it's gonna be easy. This is good, right? He's gonna work out, and then teams.
Well, he should be better than a lot of quarterbacks right now.
I just saw one play Thursday night. My God, that was awful, bro. This was awful. This is like, oh man. Remember who's our friend Silas? He talked about those water crackers. What did he have to eat when he went to the? So he had those crackers that were so dry you couldn't eat. You had to put water on it. It's just like that. It's like eating one of those water crackers.
I don't know.
That's how this game. It's just bad. Bad taste in your mouth. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
But I feel like I had to eat it. I was like, this is what I deserve. And I ate it. I started chewing it. Like, this is what I deserve. And I'm going to eat this. I'm going to swallow. I don't care how damn dry this cracker is. I don't need any water. I'm swallowing this Thursday night football game. I'm watching it. I'm digesting it.
Monday Night Football was like getting to eat like a nice steak.
Oh, no, it's a beautiful steak.
Yeah, like a nice cut, marbled, dry aged steak.
This lady
and
made
then Thursday was like
yeah.
eating bologna.
Was it what did she give me? Filet prime. I think it was called. It's like $70 a slice. I had to eat it rare. She wouldn't cook it, and it was just amazing. That was definitely Monday night. This was a water cracker.
This was a water cracker, definitely.
Darius says it's just weird. It's good, but weird. And Mike has. We're not gonna do it yet, but Mike has the top 5 teams that Cap's gonna land to. But before we get into that, we have a message from our sponsor. I just wanted to say that one time because I hate when people say it. And hold that thought.
We gotta take a break. Let's take a break first.
That's
what Bill Simmons does.
Let's take a. What does he say exactly? What does he say?
He goes, before we're gonna do that, let's take a break, and then he does an ad.
And Mike has a top 5. Guys, you don't want to miss this. Mike Mattal has his top 5 list of the top 5 landing spots for Colin Kaepernick. But before we get into that, a friendly message from our sponsors, Monkey Knife Fight.
Nice.
All right, guys, this is what we're going to do on Monkey Knife Fight. Mike, if you want to load up your MKF account, so I know you got some dollars in there.
Would love to.
So we hit. I already got one. This is so easy, guys, and I think I might go. Hard. So, guys, if you want to play along, know my picks.
Our shootout.
Early game. That's what we're gonna get into. Okay, I'm gonna walk them through. So head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, or better yet, follow the link below in the description. We have our own custom link. So head on over to Monkey Knife Fight. Deposit if you don't have any money in your account. Use promo code Couch. You'll get up to 100. You get 100% deposit match up to $50. So head on over to Monkey Knife Fight. Use promo code Couch. Once you're there, you're gonna click Play Now or New Game. Make sure you're on NFL. And then you're going to head on over to Star Shootout Early Games. Now, you could do whatever you want. There's Over Under. That's the most simple one. Rapid Fire.
I like that one.
Over Under is great. Fantasy Challenge is the easiest one to get used to, but I prefer Over Under and Touchdown Dance more so. Over Under is the one where I won big. I showed you that, right?
Yeah,
was it Rivers?
That's where I won.
You won that? Yeah. And
yeah.
So you did 3x, was it?
Yeah. 3x? So I did $5 times 3x. Okay. I think I'm gonna do this one. Drew Brees and Jameis Winston. I'm gonna do overs for both.
Well, wait till you hear mine. Okay. So I'm doing the touchdown dance. Pick the players that want to get most touchdowns early. This is easy. This is a no-brainer. There's nothing. There's like no thinking involved, and that's Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, and Zeke.
Are you sure Zeke doesn't score a lot?
He'll score this game.
I hope.
Wait, what are we?
I'd rather do Amari than Zeke.
That's on touchdown likely. Dance, you want to pick
running backs?
Yeah, you want to pick running backs, of course.
All right.
Cooper does score touchdowns. So look, Dallas at Detroit, -4.5 spread. That's money, baby. 4.5. Detroit.
Mike Evans should score for sure.
You and your wide receiver. You pick whoever you want. I'm going with and all I need, and so this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna go really hard on this. I'm only gonna go 1.5. Over under. So I just need 2 touchdowns. So you can't go 1.5. Oh, 2.5. Okay. 2.5. This should be easy. I'm gonna go $10.
Ooh, that's a lot.
And so I won $100 at one time. I won 300.
Really?
That's all I did on the over under. Because I saw a big discrepancy in my projections. That's why.
Okay.
And I went 100. I was losing a little bit, and then I won $100 on the over under, and then it's 3x. I won $300. So yeah, I'm gonna pick these 3, hit submit, and that's it.
Can I tell them mine?
Yeah. Which one? What contest are you doing?
I'm doing the over under for the early games. I'm picking Breeze over. I think he's gonna have a bounce back game this week. Over 317.5 passing yards. And then I'm going over with Winston 295.5 passing yards. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
That game is scary. Let me see. Drew Brees.
But they're throwing.
Oh yeah. No. This is that type of game. But
yeah,
I got Drew Brees throwing 300 yards, and Winston throwing 300.
Yeah, that's why.
Winston will throw a little bit more than 300.
Oh yeah,
but sure. It's saying Breeze 300
317.5. I think Breeze is pissed after last week.
No, he'll be great, but 317 is tough. So
that's not that tough. How is that?
It's not for my over under. I don't like it.
So you think
anybody could do as they please, and you could pick other. If you're doing the over under, you could pick any game. By the way, that's just the featured game. So you can go to new game, and then that game's there. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. So that's just like the game that's featured, but you can pick anyone. Some of these are really crappy though, like Jets, Washington, Miami, Bill. They wanted to pick a game where they know it's gonna be a shootout or air it out, so a fun game. Right. A lot of these games are kind of gross actually for over under. So you're going over on both?
Yep. Shootout.
Oh, it's gonna be a shootout, and it's going through the air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think for Breeze to get that, he needs those big plays. Ted Ginn and Traquan Smith are healthy, so he needs one of those big touchdowns. And Buccaneers secondary is a mess. They just released
Vernon Hargreaves.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna mess up his name, and he's signed. The Texans claimed him off waivers, so now he's on the Texans. They needed him, so it's kind of. I think it's a good look, but I mean, what's weird? Every time that happens, the team never gets worse. Every time they let go, like the Jags let go of their slot corner, they didn't suck the next week. They got better.
The Bucs are gonna get
the Bucs. The Bucs are like the worst pass defense. So I think they'll just stay the same, which is still the worst.
It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get even worse, is what you're saying.
That's why Drew Brees is gonna go over 317.
Yeah, Drew Brees is gonna light it up, and Jameis Winston is gonna have to throw. He throws every game, so he'll throw. Yeah, I like that. I got Winston in one league. I got Breeze in another. So, I hope you're right. And
see, I'm on a streak, everybody.
Okay, now we go. Oh yeah. So guys, head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. When you deposit, use promo code COUCH. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $50. Just head on over to monkeyknifefight.com, or better yet, follow the link below in the description. They have stupid, simple, easy to play daily fantasy prop games like the ones we just showed you. I'm doing the touchdown dance. Mike's doing over under in a super shootout through the air. The TV keeps interviewing Myles Garrett.
Really? They're interviewing him?
Yeah.
What's he saying?
I can't turn it on right now. He looks sad. Mike's top 5 landing spots for Cap.
Woo!
Make it clear. Is this?
Should I go from like?
No, we're going from the. I have it set up so they can't see it, so we're going from the last to the first. So start from the very last.
Yeah,
but wait. So I just want to make sure you know. You this is your list, so let them know. Right. Is this the most realistic situations, or the teams that should be like the team like you would sign if you were the team?
I'm gonna put it this way. This is who should sign him based on their current situation. I think that, like, really only contenders should sign him, and teams with mobile quarterbacks should sign him. That kind of thing.
So this is
But
should, not realist, not.
well, I mean, who knows? Like, who knows? What's
We
realistic?
don't.
Like,
We have
anyone.
no idea what these teams
No
are
one
thinking.
has any
I don't
idea
think
what's
John
gonna
Elway would sign.
happen.
That's all. That's my only. That's my
That's
only
true.
commentary. I don't think John Elway would sign this guy.
I read somewhere that there's Cowboys fans said that they would boycott the team if they signed him.
Yeah, he did that with Greg Hardy. Sure, whatever. I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
That's probably.
So there was top 5, but I'm just gonna add a 6th team after tonight, and that's the Steelers for obvious reasons. So I'm just gonna add that as just like like an honorable mention to the list at number 6.
In lieu of the
Okay.
meme, in lieu of what happened.
In lieu of the meme, yeah.
The quarterback just got hit by it with his own helmet after.
Yeah, he definitely has CTE for sure. Number 5, the Arizona Cardinals. So the reason why the Arizona Cardinals are on here is because, as you know, they have Kyler Murray as their quarterback, who is a mobile quarterback with a big arm. And I think that, Kaepernick can play similarly to Kyler Murray. He's also a little bit bigger. So, I mean, he's kind of like the opposite in terms of his physical stature. But I think in that air raid offense, it could work.
The backup for Kyler Murray is Brett Hundley, who I think is the guy who backed up Aaron Rodgers. Very mobile.
UCLA Bruin.
But pretty bad for the NFL.
Right.
I mean, he's still I think he still deserves to be a backup at best, but he'll never be a starter. And Kaepernick could be a step above Brett Hundley.
Yeah, I think that Cliff Kingsbury could make it work with Cap. Like his attributes, you know what I mean? Like if he can make it work with Kyler, I think it's possible that they have similar traits. Number 4 on the list is the Seattle Seahawks. And I think that this would be great insurance for obviously Russell Wilson, who's the MVP. I think that Carroll, he's the type of coach that isn't afraid to do something, kind of controversial or outside the box. He always has been someone that beats to his own drum. They took Josh Gordon in, you know what I mean? I think that they'd be willing to do that. I think Russell would welcome him in open arms. They were competitors atop the NFC West for a few years.
Top rivalry during that 3-year span.
So, yeah, like he knows what Cap is capable of, and I'm sure they're friends off the field. So I think he has a respect for him. He'd vouch for him.
And I hate Geno Smith. I think
although he did win the coin toss for them, which is also controversial. Did he say heads? Did he say tails? They said he's like undefeated on coin tosses in his career. He's always won.
Oh no, he definitely didn't say what he didn't say heads. Because I knew it live. I didn't care live because I'm like, it's a freaking coin toss, like whatever.
Right.
But I mean, when he won it, I didn't like it. But I was like, whatever. I'm just like, the game was so intense. I was like inside the television. Like, it was so intense for me. But I live I heard it. I didn't need to do research and look at memes that said it. Like I knew. I was like, oh, he didn't say that. It's like whatever. Refs are probably like, this is an intense game, guys. Refs are probably like going nuts. Like, this is so intense.
The refs can't even get the coin toss right. Dude, that incompetent.
Yeah. But yeah, I just don't like Geno Smith. I just don't want to see him anymore. And I truly, even though Cap is a complete unknown, been out the league, I truly believe, I'm very confident that Cap is better than Geno Smith.
Agreed. Number 3 on the list, the Carolina Panthers. So the reason why I have this team here, number 1, is because they have an inexperienced rookie quarterback in Kyle Allen. Now he's been playing, pretty good this season. He hasn't been lighting the league on fire. And I also think that Cap is, somewhat similar to Cam Newton in terms of how their playing style, their physical attributes. So it's not like a huge drop off for a team that has been playing with Cam Newton for many years. So it's like, I could see that. And also the factor that Eric, his former teammate on the Niners, Eric Reed, who was also infamous for, taking a stand with Cap, or, kneeling actually with Cap. He could vouch for him. They're definitely like still talking, and he's probably going to advocate for him. So, I mean, they already signed Eric Reed, so it's not that big of a leap to sign Cap. You might as well sign both of them if you already signed one of them. So I think that he could be a veteran presence in the locker room, and they're still in it, right? They're still in the playoff hunt. They can still win, and then have someone who's more of a veteran in the locker room.
I would move Panthers down to 6th spot.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, this is all just it's Steelers. Yeah,
are more realistic.
They need him more. They need him more. Yeah, you're right.
They do. I think. Who's the offensive coordinator for the Panthers? LT's old coach.
Oh,
I know him. I just can't think of his name.
Norm? Is it Norm?
Yeah. I was just telling him about. I was telling someone about this the other day.
Let me look it up.
I was like, he was the offensive coordinator for the Vikings. They sucked, and he just quit in the middle of the season and said, "Look, I can't help you guys." And I just don't think he would want Kaepernick.
Okay, that's fair.
Just like not seeing it. Yeah, I don't see.
Number 2, Houston Texans. Now, I know this is probably unlikely. I don't know if they're still the same owner who made some controversial comments in the past about the inmates running the asylum, what have you. But if you think about it just from a football perspective, if Deshaun Watson goes down, like, Cap would be the perfect person to put in his place, I think, that could run the offense similarly to Deshaun Watson. Obviously, he's not as talented, but the type of skills that Deshaun Watson has is similar to what Cap had in his prime, I would say.
Athletically, I've always thought this. They remind me that, like, just like body type and how fast they are remind me of each other. Of course, Deshaun Watson's just amazing. But Deshaun Watson's backup right now is A.J. McCarron, who had a little bit of hype. He seemed like a great backup to Andy Dalton, but once he got his chance, I think we all saw that he was a failure. And so, God, if someone were to have Deshaun Watson, that team's like beyond done. It's like, run, be scared. It's like what we saw would happen today. The game. It's like Mason. It's gonna be like that, and so definitely, I think Cap's better than McCarron.
Definitely. And the number 1 team I have here is the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the reason why this makes sense is because, I mean, they have Lamar Jackson.
Reasons. Yeah,
multiple reasons. It's multiple reasons. First of all, mobile quarterback, big arm like Lamar. That's one playing style similar. Another layer to this is John Harbaugh, brother of Jim Harbaugh. So I know he played against him in the Super Bowl. They know what he's capable of. They know how dangerous Kaepernick can be, how dynamic he can be. And then also he has the same quarterback coach, Greg Roman. So he's very familiar with that coach. So it's pretty seamless of a transition, I think. Plugging Cap in, if anything were to happen to Lamar, he would maybe keep him in playoff contention.
Yeah, and this is a perfect fit. This is a great number 1 choice. Those coaches are amazing. And look, I don't know what Cap's got left. I don't know if he's going to be good or not. I definitely think he's better than a lot of these backups that we already went over a lot just right now in this segment. But one thing that we can throw out the excuse book when and if he gets on the Ravens is all the stuff that went on with Cap. People seem to forget, like, he got hurt and he had some coaches. I mean, no one's saying that Chip Kelly deserves another shot in the NFL. That was his last coach. And it kind of worked a little bit. They had a couple plays, but we all know Chip Kelly was a complete failure. Mike actually won, I think, his fantasy Super Bowl because I told him to start Kaepernick.
Yeah, against the Rams.
With the Chip Kelly offense, and he got mad. He sent me an angry text. He said LOL at the end, so he's like, don't get too mad. But he was mad. He's like, dude, I'm gonna lose because you told me to start Cap. What the hell are you doing? I have a good quarterback. I could have started. And then he was like, I'm going to win anyway. And then Cap just went off and then outscored he was like QB1 or QB2 that week. Yeah. And he scored like 2 rushing touchdowns and beasted. And Mike won. And then on top of that, he started the right quarterback.
That was a tense moment for our friendship for sure.
You were pissed for like about 15 minutes there, but it was like whatever. I was like, oh crap! I can't believe I told him to start Kaepernick.
I can't believe I listened. Like that's crazy that I listened to that.
It worked though, dude. It worked. He
worked.
Balled
I'm a
out.
Champion. 1 of 6 championships was because of Cap.
And so that's one excuse that we can just throw out the window because he's gonna have a coach. Look, Lamar Jackson was lost and sucked in training camp when he was a rookie. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't throw the ball. And that's okay because we knew drafting him was a risk. He was 32nd overall drafted. I liked him a lot as a draft pick. I thought it was a bold, great move, and it just really worked out. But what they did, man, these coaches, they were amazing. Greg Roman, I mean, we saw it against the Patriots. Who cares what I say? We saw it against results. We saw it against the Patriots. Wow. They're like, okay, we're going big. You're going to keep the DBs off the field. We'll go big, 3 tight ends or 3 running backs, and we'll throw the ball. No corners in the game. We'll go for it. And who was Nick Boyle? Nick Boyle was like one of the stars of that game. So with that type of, I mean, I wish more coaches would do stuff like that. Like, hey, let's be smart. Like, we don't have to run a certain system. Like, let's do what makes our quarterback the most successful. And even Cliff Kingsbury's doing that a little bit with Kyle. You notice, look at the difference in the on the Cardinals, man, from last year. Can you believe that's the same team from last year? Just a few months later, like, look at how different this team is. Like, it's so different. And same thing with the Ravens. Do you guys remember a time when Joe Flacco was throwing balls for the Ravens, losing games for the Ravens? That's so like ancient. That's the same team. How's that even possible? Like, I can't believe that's the same team. It's not. This team, Nick Boyle's catching touchdowns against the Patriots from Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's doing an option, keeping it, running in for a touchdown. And
this might sound crazy now. This might sound crazy now, but Cap might have, he kind of paved the way for these quarterbacks now, these mobile dual threat quarterbacks. I saw a post on, on Facebook today that Eric Reed said that Cap was Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson. And he's kind of right. If you look at his early career, like Cap, was a phenom when he had that huge game against the Packers. Like, no one's done that since. And I don't know if it will ever happen again. So he was a bad man back in his prime.
And it was Greg Roman too. So it's like, I mean, the similarities are right there. Same offensive coordinator for Cap right now on the Ravens, and this is 2.0. Lamar Jackson's insane athlete, and Greg Roman's got smarter. I like coaches like that because Greg Roman was a failure for a couple years. He wasn't getting plays called in time. I think he was on 3 or 4 different teams. This is maybe his 4th team since the Niners. He was on the Bills, and then I don't know. So I'm just guessing there was another team or he wasn't on a team. So I like when coaches smarten up, and Harbaugh, I'm sure, has a lot to do with that. They smarten up. They learn from their mistakes. They watch, some of the tricks the Patriots do. I'm sure they're watching some college film. And they just made it work. I wish a lot more coaches would do that. So, are we going to see this? It's going to be filmed, but I think the film is for coaches. Are we going to be able to see? I assume like they're going to put something online at least, or some clips on TV of the workout.
No idea. Maybe it'll be on ESPN Plus, which I just got. So
I gotta see that. I mean, if we I get to see all these pro days and not just pro, but like pro days, yeah. If I get to see like I watched Sam Darnold's pro day. If I get to see that, I should be able to see like Kaepernick work out.
I mean, if it is a PR stunt, then they should want us to see this.
That's right. I mean, yeah, that is right, huh? Yeah. At least I haven't seen the man throw a spiral in a few years.
Can't be that hard.
At least put some clips on, just put some clips.
There'll be highlights.
Yeah.
I'm almost 100% sure.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Like it's one day it's not there, one day it's there. We're coming up with a nickname. Remember what they do to Joe Rogan on his comments? They go Joe, and then they put a nickname in quotes, and then Rogan. So we're doing that for Myles Garrett right now in the chat.
Oh no,
Myles Extreme Rules Garrett. Someone said the.
Miles Steroids Garrett.
Miles Roids Garrett.
Roids Garrett.
Miles Helmet Basher Garrett. That's mine. Miles CTE Giver.
Nice.
Garrett. Jaws asked, if you guys have any questions, ask us right now before we end this madness. Jaws asks, Breeze versus Tampa Bay or Watson versus the Ravens?
Oh, that's tough.
I
gotta go Breeze. I know Breeze pissed after last week, and he has a really soft matchup. Like I just feel like he's gonna take it out on the Bucs. That's just my theory. Could be wrong. That's what he has a way easier matchup than the Ravens D. I mean, that defense is good.
I'm going with Breeze as well. I feel like he's got a high floor.
Yeah,
that I just want to trust.
You just gotta try. It's Drew Brees, all right? He had one bad game. Have you ever seen him have two bad games in a row? I haven't.
This matchup is it's like, can you get a softer matchup than the Bucs secondary?
You cannot. There's no way. This is the softest matchup.
All right, guys, what's the game plan? Latavius up the gut? Nah. No, we're just going to throw it all day.
Michael Thomas should have 40 points by the end of this game.
Dude, Michael Thomas' hand's going to be hurt. 42 receptions.
He might break records.
42 receptions, 240 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Yeah. Whoever has Michael Thomas is going to win this week. I have a feeling.
Yeah, Michael Thomas is oh, man, he's so consistent. I think he caught a pass from Taysom Hill last week.
Yeah, he's going for over 30. I promise you that. I'll be shocked if he doesn't get at least 30.
It depends on the touchdown, which he'll probably get one. I think he'll get one touchdown.
He'll get more than one. He'll get at least
He's
two.
not big on touchdowns. He's big on receptions.
Yeah, but this is he's going to eat whoever is guarding him alive.
Yeah, he's going to eat both the guys trying to guard him.
Yeah, that's the only way they'll be able to stop him if they double a team.
And then and then everyone else is seeing. And then what are you gonna do with Kamara? Please don't put don't put a linebacker on him. That's not good.
Jared Cook could have a huge game.
Yeah, Jared Cook has a great matchup against the Bucs.
Start Jared Cook, everybody.
In DFS, I'm probably looking a little bit of a Ted Ginn or Traquan Smith because it's that one big. For you to get your over, you're gonna need that one bomb, the one shot play to work and score a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And I think those are the two guys that would do it. Would be Ginn or Traquan Smith.
Right.
And so I like those guys in DFS. I do see a very high chance. I mean, it could be not just one. It could be multiple 40+ yard passes down the field, them scoring touchdowns.
Well, I just know that when I was in Europe, I saw Russell Wilson put up 50 points against them in overtime, and I lost. So that was very traumatic for me.
Yeah, that game was insane. I had Metcalf in DFS, and I thought it was a dumb pick too, but it really worked out. He had 30 points, I think.
Yeah.
In DFS.
Imagine what Michael Thomas is gonna do.
Juju screwed me this year. That's what LBC says. Yeah, that's why I traded Mike David Johnson for Amari Cooper. Because I was looking at it, I was like, this is what happened. This was my thought process. I was like, I can't start Juju this week. I can't. What can I do? And so I started to try to trade with everybody.
Desperation.
And then Mike was like the last guy on my list. And then
I was jet lagged. I was on a plane for 10 hours. I didn't have all the circulation in my brain properly. I didn't do any.
I honestly thought it was an even trade.
No, there's no way that was an even trade.
I didn't know DJ was gonna be trash.
But even there's no way that Cooper equals DJ.
I picked him in DFS. Like, I wouldn't have put money on it.
Cooper, he's been good all year. I don't know what I was thinking. I admit it was horrible. That's like a learning lesson for me. So hopefully it doesn't cost me a chance to win it all, but it could. It very well could.
Yeah, you just gotta hope he gets healthy and.
Yeah,
Drake's actually.
But at least he has 3 home games after the bye, so that's the only positive thing.
Drake's been looking amazing. That offense.
Yeah, well, maybe Drake will get hurt tomorrow or against the Niners. We don't know.
Ooh, does he play against Myles Garrett? You never know.
I hope that they just sit DJ and then have Drake go out there and then get beat up by the Niners D. That would be ideal for me.
Oh, because you're 100% benching DJ.
Oh yeah, there's no way. That's like the last start I would do this week.
7 says, hello, I picked up D.D. Westbrook and Mike Williams for wide receiver. All my wide receivers except Larry Fitzgerald are banged up. Will I be okay?
No. Probably not. Unless Foles just bombs it to D.D. Westbrook.
Dude, you could have started Juju, though. So you're already a step ahead. See, Mike always – what's your philosophy,
Look
Mike?
On the bright,
half full.
Glass half full.
I tell Mike I benched Juju in one league, but I started him in another, and I started to cry. He said, wipe your tears, young lad. Look at who you're playing. And I look, behold.
You didn't even know?
I'm playing James Conner. Well, once you're up to 9 videos a week on YouTube, you're pulling out your hair. It's going crazy. I barely have enough time to I'm clicking on the mouse. I'm also when I'm trying to find out of my 7 leagues who plays Thursday. I got a spicy Popeyes chicken sandwich in the other hand. Put a little bit of hot sauce on there.
Ooh.
Oh my, that's
nothing better.
You guys, you got to put a little, if you like spicy, get the spicy Popeyes chicken sandwich. Put a little bit of hot sauce in there. Popeyes has hot sauce. If not, use some crystals. Oh my God.
And if you're having trouble finding the chicken sandwiches and you live in the South Bay, they're selling them at Great Mall in San Jose, and they don't run out, and no one will.
And it's safe.
It's safe. There's a cop. There's a mall cop there, so it's cool.
Paul Blart.
Someone had 10. Someone right before I ordered had a bag of 10 sandwiches.
So did you estimate it was 10, or did you see them order?
No,
10?
I estimate it was a big bag. There was definitely over 6.
Yeah, oh yeah, people do that. The question is always how much, and it only new.
They're cheap. They're only $4 each.
And they're huge. Oh my God, they're so big, dude. They're not necessarily big as in size, but they fill you up. They are.
The sandwich, the meat is huge. It's a big. It's like they use the whole breast for the sandwich.
It's one is a healthy serving, but of course you want to get 2.
You can't just have one. That's from my experience today. One is not enough. You'll immediately want another. So get 2 spicy chickens every time.
And this one I got was even better because this one was the consumer one. Last time I got was a special one where they were out, and because I asked nicely, I got the you guys got to go back a few podcasts to hear the story for that. I'm not going to get into it, but essentially that was a secret employee stash that I got and wasn't made correctly. But it wasn't just it was the fact that I got it that was amazing enough. But this one was even better because this was made properly for consumers. That one was probably just out of someone's backpack who took way too many and just was trying to be nice. 7 says, my opponent had James Conner, so I could be okay. Yeah, bud. Look, you didn't start Juju. You didn't, and you played against James Conner. I say you got one leg up here. You're doing great.
You know what's pretty funny? Alvin's like, he's the same. He was like, oh, he was hella sad at first. Like, I hate Connor. He always gets hurt. And then he's like, oh wait, I'm playing against Juju. Yeah, like he's like, it like changed.
Oh, but I
He had the
got
same
the leg
reaction.
up though for
Yeah,
sure.
you have double the points of
Yeah,
Connor.
because Juju got 4, which is looks so great compared to Connor's 2.
Yeah, you doubled his production. That's crazy.
He's got
So
Ross Dwelly. Oh God, hopefully
you
Kittle
should win with
starts.
Godwin and Cooper alone and Brady. Like that should carry you to a victory over his
I
team.
know what I could just make a DFS team based on his players because they're so
Yeah, you
cheap.
should.
Just
So
in
like
just in
edge,
case.
just in
Just in
case.
case
You
his team
should.
goes off, I'll be. And I'll
Yeah.
be like, how'd you know to pick those players? They're so bad. How'd you know? I'm like, hey, they don't call me the brain for nothing.
How'd you know to start Devontae Parker and Ross Dwelly,
Ross Dwelly.
Joey Sly?
I have Ross Dwelly in Dynasty, so
That's nice. That's nice.
I had to. I got Hollister, Kittle, and I dropped Jonu Smith because they're all on bye. So
How is this team 6-4? I'm just looking at this team like it's crazy. He's even 6-4.
he's got Hilton. He drafted well, but
Well, now
yeah.
it just fell apart. Like
I mean,
this
Adams
team.
hasn't even played much.
That's what I'm
Neither
saying.
is
How is he
Hilton.
6-4?
That's
He must
just
have got wins on just Aaron Rodgers alone. Like just
yeah. You know,
somehow.
his team's up and down. Evan
Yeah.
Ingram is very inconsistent.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers very inconsistent, but each one has been tight end 1 or QB 1 on a given week. Josh Jacobs extremely consistent. Yeah, what is this team? That's it though.
Yeah, that's it.
How did he damn. Yeah, and that's how it's like we say, it's 20% luck.
Yeah.
And this league I was a bit unlucky. Like my team's not great, but it could be. I mean, I think it's better than Alvin's team.
You should win. Like I think you should win.
Damn, I still have a chance. I just got to win out.
I want you to, because then I will definitely
got the
get
bye.
first, but yeah, I'm definitely getting the first week.
Bro, how sick would that be if David Johnson
sick.
is terrible until
Oh,
week 15 when you come back and he just like ball.
What if he balls in the championship against Scope and then I won because of that? That would be crazy.
That'd be epic.
It could
yeah.
happen.
Or I
looks far fetched.
Or I make a playoff run.
Well, well, could.
Oh, this is a bit weird. Someone brought up Terminator, so I don't know.
Well, James Conner.
No, is it Couch? Did you see Terminator Dark Fate? It completely dumped on the original story. So I just uploaded on my personal channel a Terminator beat, and so I don't know if you're subscribed to that or where that came from. But I wasn't gonna mention
is in the Terminator.
John Connor.
Oh, John Connor. Sorry. Okay.
No, I think some random couch fam, they see my channel and subscribe to it. So I don't know if that's where that came from, or it's because we talked about sports movies for 1 hour last week. That could be it. So I don't know.
That's it. That's it for sure.
I don't know where that came, but I did just upload that Terminator beat, and hoping to get views based off the movie. But apparently, it's a blockbuster, box office disaster, and so I won't be getting any views.
Ugh, I didn't know.
Robert says started Chubb tonight. Shake my head. I mean, and Steelers defense.
Yikes!
Yeah.
That's you probably will lose unless you're playing against James Conner.
Dude, this year has been so frustrating that you can definitely still win depending on who you're playing. My opponent, okay. DJ may have lost a step. Oh no, he's lost a few steps. But
I know.
What we're saying is we're hoping. Somewhat, I didn't say miraculously, but hoping for the unexpected or the improbable for him to get right. And he does have a week 12 bye, which is like, when you're trading, it's like, oh, this guy's got a bye week, and for you, it's like
it's good.
It's like yes, thank God he's gonna rest one game because this guy really, get 2 bye weeks. My God,
I want him to rest this week. Like, don't even play him this week, please. Cliff Kingsbury, like, just leave him on the bench. Put Drake in.
He'll probably resume his emergency back duties. Like
that's probably what will happen. Actually, like I see Drake just getting the majority of touches.
Yeah.
And maybe something will happen to Drake. Who knows?
Okay, so LBC is saying the reason he said that was because of both. He said the sports movie video is why, and the mention of
Okay.
Connor. And so, people
Okay.
are,
So we were both right, actually.
yeah, people are just in their own minds. And then keep in mind, a lot of people tuned in. It's like 1 a.m. where they are. So
That's
they're
true. They're
doing their
delirious.
best. I really appreciate you guys that are
Thanks, guys.
tuned in live. But we're going to end it there. Hope you guys all win this week. I'm 4-6. My worst records in leagues are 4-6. Absolute must. I gotta win out in those leagues. Best record is 7-3, and that's in the league I care the least about. I'm honest. So
I'm in too, everybody. Wish me luck with DJ in the home stretch.
yeah, I dumped DJ on my, but that means I got Cooper. Absolute ball. Cooper's matchup's great, right? Cooper against Detroit. Cooper against anybody.
He only has one bad matchup, which is against the Pats in I think week 12.
Yeah, probably still start him over Juju.
Well, yeah. I mean, who knows if even Juju will play anymore?
Yeah, that was nuts. So guys, man, good luck this week. I always want to stress, don't give up. Just stay the course, focus, take it one game at a time. And if you're winning, if you're dominating, which a lot of Couch fam are, I'm glad to see a lot of people have a record like Mike, 8-2, 9-1. It's crazy. It's tough this year. And if you got that, don't let up. Don't be cocky. Don't let up. Stay hungry. Always defeat your opponent. Swiftly kill it. Like a zombie. Double tap. Make sure that zombie's dead before you move on to the next one. Because that zombie's going to come back and bite you. It can happen. So just stay the course. Stay confident, but not cocky. And, man, wish you guys good luck. Make sure you guys head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Or just follow the link below in the description. Use promo code COUCH. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Monkey Knife Fight. Good luck on that as well. And the next podcast, we do the live stream every Thursday night, and then we upload the audio version that you can find on Apple, Google, or Spotify. And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to our main YouTube channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Didn't end it yet.